Why it sucks to be born as a tiger. There are many animals that would rather be humans than themselves. Can you name one? Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. Being a human has its perks. We have thumbs, opposable thumbs that is, which means we can do pretty much anything we want with them. We can use them to scratch our noses or our itchy backs when we can't reach. We can use them to play guitar or to hold a tiny hummingbird that we just so happen to have in our hands. And if all else fails, we can use them to beat the living crap out of other people. Tigers don't have that luxury. They were born with paws, big, fluffy, adorable paws, sure, but paws nonetheless. They can't use their paws to scratch their noses, much less hold a tiny hummingbird or beat another animal into submission. Also, they can't type on a keyboard or use a smartphone, which means they can't watch this video and learn how truly awful their lives are, which is probably for the best. Here are 5 reasons why being a tiger absolutely sucks. Number 1, humans hunt them. We've been hunting tigers for quite some time now. Some of us wear their fur as a fashion statement or use their parts in traditional medicine, even though science has already disproven most of its supposed benefits. In some places, they're hunted for sport. If you've ever seen the movie The Hangover, you know what I'm talking about. They hunt tigers for fun. There was even an incident in India where a man paid to brothers to hunt a tiger. When the big cat got tired of this nonsense, it attacked the men, killing one of them. The other brother then did the most Indian thing one could possibly do in that situation and started feeding the tiger to the vultures, like a proper sacrifice to the man-eating beast. You'd think that after all these years, we'd learn our lesson and stop messing with tigers, but you'd be wrong. Tigers are still poached for their body parts, mostly for their beautiful blue-green striped tails. Yeah, seriously. Their tails are so gorgeous that people will kill an entire tiger just for that tail, a tail that probably has a lot more uses for the tiger itself than for us. No, 2, they get captured. Not only do tigers get hunted, but they also get captured so that they can be caged and forced to perform for our amusement. Have you ever wanted to see a tiger jump through a flaming hoop or ride a bicycle? No, well, too bad, because somewhere in the world right now, there is a tiger being forced to do those things against its will. According to National Geographic, there are approximately 3,900 tigers left in the wild. That's a lot of tigers. But it's estimated that there are between 6,000 and 8,000 tigers in captivity, most of them cubs. This means that a larger number of tigers live miserable lives in cages than actually roam free in the wild. Tigers are smart creatures. They can learn to perform tricks, but they don't have to. If you go to a zoo, you might notice that most of the tigers seem lazy or unmotivated. They spend most of their days just lying around, which seems kind of cool until you realize that they're not doing anything else because they physically can't and their enclosures are way too small for them to do anything else. Caged tigers often suffer from depression and other psychological issues that stem from their inability to exercise, hunt, or explore. No, 3, they lose their habitats. Humans suck at keeping things to themselves. We've taken over every bit of land we possibly can, including the lands that belong to other animals, including tigers. We keep building further and further into their habitats, destroying them completely. We've also killed most of the prey animals that tigers depend on for food. So now they have to go hungry or find food in human settlements, where they'll be killed for defending themselves. Number 4, they lose their stripes. Not literally, though, that would be kind of weird. But tigers can lose their stripes under certain circumstances, like if they're born without pigmentation. White tigers are born with no stripes and, while they're beautiful, they're also extremely rare. Most white tigers have some stripes, though, unlike this guy who has none. He's an anomaly, a 1 in a million kind of deal. It is said that the last naturally occurring white tiger died in the wild in 1958. All the white tigers you see today are the descendants of 2 tigers captured in the wild and bred in captivity. And while being white isn't necessarily a bad thing, it does come with its own set of problems. For one, white tigers are extremely vulnerable to skin cancer, so they have to stay out of the sun at all times. And no, 5, they're just misunderstood. Sometimes we blame tigers for being scary, but they're really just trying to protect themselves. Being a tiger is hard. You're either hunted or you're doing the hunting. There's no in between, and sometimes when humans encroach on their territory, tigers attack them. And sure, that's not ideal, but who wouldn't attack a human who dares enter their home? Now, I'm not saying we should let tigers roam freely in our cities, but maybe, just maybe, we should give them some space and respect their need to be feared. After all, we've stolen their homes and forced them into a life they never asked for. The least we can do is let them be.